Brothers and sisters, this is Kelly. I wanted to talk about beginning. This is for those with eyes to see and ears to hear, the Bereans. I came across this word recently. It says, this is H7225. It's supposed to have been Genesis, which is called Bereshit in Hebrew. And now look to the left there on the top, Strong's Concordance. They took the B off. Look on the original word. It reads right to left, and there should be a B sound. The bait should be Bereshit, not what it is now. Now, according to Strong's, it starts with an R. On the far right, you see it. Reshit. Reshith, if the phonetic spelling. The definition is beginning or chief. Now you look on the right and you see B is in on the far right. Remember, right to left. Bereshit. There's the B sound right there, that first letter. Now look again at Strong's. The first letter is gone, and that entirely changes the meaning. Now you can see below, it's correct. That came out of the Tanakh. Now I want to call your attention to the next page. Look at the far bottom left. This is how Genesis 1:1 read. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And you see God is H430, Elohim. And if you look at H1254, created. Created was bara or bera. I'm not sure which way it was pronounced. But that means to create. And it was only 3 times that word was used in Hebrew. Now look to the far bottom right. This top line is the same thing. Bereshit. It's still correct there, but for how long? We just don't know. But if it's changed in Strong's, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. And if you look in the middle, the very middle of this page, you'll see Genesis in my King James Bible. It says the first book of Moses, which we've seen that, commonly called Genesis. So what is this chief about? I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a part 2. I've run out of room on here, so I'm going to do a part 2 and in here. Okay, guys. This is part 2. And I wanted you to see about chief. Now we know that chief butler, now there's a chief baker. You're going to see that in here. I've got a little slideshow. Hopefully I gave it enough time for you to be able to read them, but I'm going to let it run so you can catch up. And don't forget about the chief cornerstone. So chief has been multiplied throughout the Bible. And here you see where it says adjective. That's for in Genesis 1:1 when it said um, the first book of Moses, commonly called Genesis. So there's some descriptions if you look up the Hebrew to English for common and commonly. Yeah, there it is right there. Unbelievable. So just take a look at it and you'll see these are just a few cases of chief. And then at the very end, you'll see commander. So not only has chief multiplied, you've got a case of commander. Hopefully I did this slow enough so you can read each one of these. But I'm going to let it run in case you miss one. You can go back to it. There's plenty more, but this is all I could do. Okay, we're back to part 2 now. Remember we were talking about Bereshit versus Reshit. The very beginning of creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the in the beginning part is Reshit. It can mean beginning, and now it says chief. And we're going to talk about chief shortly. But it looks like to me this chief is trying to get ahead of God. Beginning is before the word God, and God, of course, is Elohim. Now, if you look at created, that's bara, and I've already discussed that, but back when I studied it, it was only 3 times in the creation in the beginning there that it said bara. And bara means God created the heavens and the earth. He created it. So other times it was he made. And the word made is a little bit different. It's not the same thing. To make it is ASAH. That means to make something out of pre-existing material. But bara means to make something virtually out of nothing. In Latin, it means out of nothing. So that was supernatural. So Strong's Concordance is starting right now, and that's some of the meanings. Beginning, chiefest. And I've got this on a slideshow, but it has other meanings too. That came out of Strong's Concordance. So it looks like somebody is trying to get ahead of God on this. And that tohu, that's the formless part of it. Yeah. See, look at these meanings. I'm just going to give it time for you to look at. It's going to take a minute to get through. Sorry, this is my first try at videos, and so I'm still learning. Yeah, the principal thing is one of the things it means. Principal thing. And that, if you look that up, it says wisdom. Or regardless, the meaning has changed completely. If you look in the Hebrew at Reshith. And look at some of these meanings. It's just mind-blowing. Now it's talking about bara meaning cut down and all this other stuff. To cut out. Yeah. Beginning, chiefest, first fruits, part-time, principal thing. Chiefest. I never even heard of that word before. Doesn't even make sense. And then here we have John 1:1. That's another beginning. G746. And you'll see that also, if you look that up, it's basically the same thing as it was in Genesis.
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.